So this is a 1v1 low Elo Legends game. I just clarified here to my audience that 900 Elo is it qualifies for low Elo Legend in my book. I always look for about 1,000 or 1,100 or below. So our low Elo Legend casts have quite a big range. However, this is more the average range. So 900-ish Elo. We have Mr. Vad here playing as the Celts in the yellow. And already we see another player chopping stragglers. I don't understand why this is needed. However, he's doing it because he wants to live his life in the way he wants to live it. And you know what? I can't judge that. In the blue, we have Nomad. And we also have straggler trees being chopped. Okay. And Nomad's playing as the slab. So hopefully it's not confusing. This is not actually the map Nomad. This is Serengeti. So if I could compare Serengeti to any map, I'd compare it to Arabia. It's like Arabia, except it's worse. So it's more open. Woodlines can have holes in them, so you have to be very careful with the acacia trees. And then the big difference is that you only get an elephant and then a bunch of hunt instead of 2 boars and little hunt. So you get 5 zebras and then there should be 3 ostrich around here. Yeah, there you go. Another big difference as the game goes on is there's little bits of gold and stone all around this map. If you've seen Lands Madness in more competitive tournaments, that's a map where it's similar. So right off the bat here, this might as well be the low Elo Legend build order, where players really want to build a mill before a lumber camp. And so they will have like 1 or 2 villagers on straggler trees to collect wood. And then they'll build a mill for fast food. Now, my suggestion, especially as Celts, place the lumber camp, put a few villagers there, and you're going to get the wood in no time to build the mill, and your resources are going to be better off long term. But, you know, these guys like to do it their way. I think people like to farm here, so they try and get the trees out of the way for it. Alright, it's fine. Here we go. See, this is definitely better for blue. Good. What's blue scouting looking like? Not bad, not bad, not bad. Good question from Quad in the chat. He says, is it advisable on Serengeti to mill the huntables? Yes, however, if you play it like Yellow does, it's going to be really difficult for you to pull that off. Because if you would have built a lumber camp at the start, he'd probably have about 100 wood already, where he could build a mill there right now. But because of the way he's played this, he hasn't been focusing on wood as heavily. I mean, now he's doing it, which I guess is fine. But, yeah, so I would say sometimes you're unfortunate where, well, actually, most times you're unfortunate where your hunt is going to be far away from your mill. But, yeah, if this mill is not close to the zebra, you can mill it. I wouldn't say that most elos should push deer. I think it'd be complicated. Okay, here you have the play from Red. So Red's bringing in his elephant. He could shoot the elephant, kill that, and then you can go over and mill the berries a bit later on. Cool. I like it. Just got to make sure you shoot those zebra there. So I think Blue's start is more... It was cleaner. Not sure what the plan is for Yellow now. So I think Yellow's going all over the place with what he wants to do. He's Celt, so he chops wood faster, and now he's going with like 7 to wood. Okay, but there's the mill for him. Cool. Okay. Isn't it normal to cut straggler trees if you aren't luring boars like most pros? I'm not sure what you mean, Narek. Trees actually has absolutely nothing to do with boar luring. So these are your flexibility trees, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't chop these. But these trees you use to collect while you're waiting for those villagers to do something. So most commonly, you're going to see these trees used if you need like 1 or 2 villagers on wood for the time being because you had to adapt and then you send them back to another resource. Or in feudal age while you're waiting for farms. Or you're waiting for wood for farms, you keep villagers on the straggler trees, and every single time you get the wood for a farm, you pull them off straggler and build a farm. That's how they're used normally. Like, they're your flexibility trees. So, committing villagers to them long term rubs me the wrong way because they're walking such long distances and it's something you don't need to do. But low Elo loves to do it. Okay. But I think for whatever reason, the trees just don't look good for him, so he wants to get rid of them. And he also hasn't lured in an elephant yet, but at least he's on zebra. He's making a barracks. Okay, blue is making farms. Oh god, he's rang the bell! Ding, 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 ding! Oh, it's alright. He's killed the scout. Worth it. So, oh yeah, it had the tell bell ring there. Alright, it's not ideal, because all of your eco goes idle, but he did kill the scout and even blocked it. I don't think it was intentional. This, to me, looks like a fast castle play. So you see how blue's on stragglers now? Look at his wood. 200 wood? You should go boom, farm, boom, farm, boom, farm. Every single time you get 60 wood for a farm, pull them off the straggler, then build it. That's where stragglers come into play. That's where it's nice and handy. It looks like fast castle the way he's played this. I would say just commit towards it. I was thinking that maybe yellow was going to go for full Huang though. Like what if this low elo player tries to play it like Huang? He built a barracks. Okay, and I was apparently wrong with blue. Blue is on his way to the feudal age. So this isn't really... If you're going for normal uptime, you're going to want to aim for 21 or 22 population. If it's something like scouts or man-at-arms, any feudal age build. This is kind of in between. Whereas you actually look at yellow, and yellow's population... his population is at least set up to go fast castle. However, I don't know if he has the proper amount in each resource. Like, 1 on gold is not going to be enough for the gold. Also, I see him struggling to have food, so... Depending on what he does with these villas. So this is where I would say, like, when you're at this stage of the game, because I can't get off the straggler conversation, this is where... You have 3 or 4 villagers on the straggler trees, and then every time you get 60 wood, you place a farm around your TC. But in general, I really like I like how they're aware that they need to have, like their eco balances are pretty decent. I think a big thing you'll see with low elo is that they're not going to have enough on wood. And while in early game it was awkward, this is okay. That now 2 lumber camps is very much necessary for blue. There's a lot of blockage here, but all right, he's going to the next stage. He's getting double bit axe and he's getting horse car. So this is actually scouts for him, and he also has his scout too. So this would be very helpful. And so now with a scout build, your new villagers go to the stragglers. You pull the villas off stragglers and build a farm every single time you get the wood for it. So. Another stable! Oh, God. Wow, okay. And then supplies! Oh, boy. Supplies for yellow. Damn, a second barracks against a second stable. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm going to tell you why this isn't ideal. And it's pretty simple. It all comes back to the eco. Can blue afford to produce scouts out of both of these stables at all times? He cannot. No. Oh, I thought that was another one. He's making a blacksmith. No, in fact, so far, he has created 2 scouts out of this stable. He's not even used... Okay, he's using this one now, but then this one's not working, right?
Just passing.
So the better play, the safer play, the economic play, the play you need to shoot for, is to put that 175 wood into 3 farms. And then this stable can be more effective. You'll have more food floating for upgrades, which I believe he's going for. He wants to go all in. But, you know, he is not at that stage of his career where he realizes that that's too much wood investment into military and it's too little into eco. So I get it. Now, supplies is a fascinating upgrade. And I always call it noob bait. Because it looks... Well, first off, it has apples on it. And who doesn't like apples? And so it looks like something that you need to get, but what it does is it makes your militia line cheaper, and it's only worth it if you're going to create 10 units. And now he's going to create. Again, we have a situation where, can he afford to produce out of both barracks? No, he cannot. So it's... And also, you should probably just be making spears here. But he's fighting with vills. Actually, these scouts have armor, and they have... bloodline, so they're really tanky. And this is good damage for blue. Really good damage for blue, actually. Now, what's interesting is yellow's been creating villas nonstop. Blue has not been. So this is the perfect time to show you this meme. So blue, you killed the villagers, but please make sure you go back to your town center and produce more vills. He's just creating scouts. Which means it's 31 vills versus 32. If anything, yellow's eco is actually better because he's Celts with the lumber camp chopping. And he has wheelbarrow now. Where blue does not have that. But that's classic low Elo Legends right there. So it's just about having a finer balance, right? A finer balance of things. Now, if I'm yellow, I don't know what he's doing. He's making man-at-arms. I would make sure I wall a bit more. He is starting to wall on this side. I like that idea, especially when you're up against scouts. Because scouts are so speedy. Here comes blue. Is he microing this? I can't really tell. It doesn't look like it. He loses that scout and won't kill that villager, but he's sending in another one. Alright. It's also a really difficult map to wall. Look at this ostrich, man. That ostrich has been running all over. He's like, ah! The ostriches, that's hilarious. Okay, blue's coming on the other side now. Okay, so I think blue's doing a good job of microing. He realizes that yellow's army's attacking these scouts. So he's running away with them. Okay. Here, this is a fight that he could probably justify taking. Probably should run away, actually. I'm wrong. Oh, wow, good micro. And he kills another villager. Okay, yellow's freaking out now. Yellow's going for a tower. So, guys, towers against melee units is... It's not great. Can he get another doink in here? Hit it. Hit it again. Doink! Beautiful. Damn, that's impressive. I have to say, that's impressive stuff from blue. And he wasn't creating vills at all times. And he has 6 scouts queued up here and 0 in this stable. But at least he's investing into a lot of farms. Which is something, as Slavs, you definitely want to be doing. And when you're going scouts. Okay. Okay, so he has 6 men-at-arms. Yeah, supplies is officially paid off for him. Alright. Now, if he starts getting upgrades, and he is, blue's really going to struggle in defense. This is almost a situation of whoever attacks first is going to have the lead. I think yellow is playing defensive, though, with this. I don't think yellow wants to go offensive, especially after getting attacked. I think he'll be freaked out. Okay, classic example of looking at your resources again and figuring out what you should do from there. So, he has 500 gold. And he's putting food and wood into the gold mining tech. Is it necessary right now? No, it's not. So if you're looking, obviously I say it depends to everything, but if you're looking for time to get gold mining tech, normally it's worth it to get gold mining tech while you're on your way to Castle Age. In Feudal Age, even when you're going archers, it's not necessary in most cases. Okay, yellow has built this tower, which should not bother Nomad at all. And Nomad is just passing, and Nomad sees the villager. Yeah, so this is just better game knowledge, I think, from blue to realize that it's not a concern if there's a tower out when you're making scouts. Alright, so villagers go down. Blue is on his way to Castle Age. His eco is really well balanced. Only thing I'd say is, again, if you're going knights next, get the gold mining tech and maybe send a few more gold, but this is really well done. Mid-game man-at-arms, it's slower than scouts, it's actually weaker than scouts, and you're spending gold, which you're not on scouts, so... Yellow should feel a sense of urgency here. He should feel like he's behind. I feel like he's the type of player who likes to wall and play defensive, and Serengeti's not the best map for that. Because he continues to build these towers, which are ill-advised. And he also has a hole here, he has a hole here, it's just Serengeti things. I think this game is actually pretty over, assuming blue will attack with knights like he did with scouts here. Don't you try to get most ecotechs on the way to Castle Age when going fast castle? Yes. Yeah, when you're going fast castle, that's how you do it. Deadly Cookie, exactly. Because with a correct fast castle build, you're actually not going to be able to put the resources into double bit axe and horse collar and also click Castle Age. So you normally do it after. It's like while you're on your way, your resources are coming in, you get those upgrades. Well, yellow has the same amount of vills, but remember that his TC will be idle while he's on his way to Castle Age. So that's a point where he's not going to be able to create vills, and that's what blue just went through. Not to mention the fact that as blue is building another TC, I really think his next TC should be on wood. Okay, this is good too. I like it. You gotta keep wood income coming so your farms are good. He has 0 on wood right now. But yeah, and the fact that yellow's gonna lose a bunch of vills too to knights is pretty bad. The ostrich, man. I can't get over the ostrich. These towers are unique. Yeah, blue... If this was a higher level game, the game would already be over. Blue should win this. But I wonder if blue's going to struggle to deal with the amount of spears that are out now. Like, if yellow makes it to Castle Age and gets pikeman longsword, blue can't go just knights. He could use knights to raid, but this might actually hit a point where blue doesn't know what to do anymore. Now, blue, you're right. He's struggling to produce vills, but... yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just still... Yellow's still producing, so he doesn't have the food to go Castle Age. 34 military against 9. It's crazy. I think what blue will probably do is he'll have a few moments where he will look back to his town centers and produce, but for the most part, he's very much focused on microing. Maybe once his knights all die, he thinks, all right, backup plan. Let's do this instead. Let's create eco. Whereas yellow still producing. Yo, we judged supplies, or I judged supplies initially. Had I known that we would be 29 minutes in and he was still producing man-at-arms, I would not have judged at all. Yeah, here we go. Blue's now getting his eco-techs because he's not focused on everything else. And he's queued up bills. Okay, guys, if you're in Blue's position, you're faster to Castle Age, you've tried to raid, it's failing. What would you do? There's a couple ways to look at it. Someone said resign. Okay. Someone said boom. Okay, booming. But as far as... I should have rephrased this. As far as things to do while booming. Now, you guys might be thinking, well, T90, booming and fighting at the same time is too difficult for me. I can't do that. Alright, so there's two different ways to look at it. You could go knights and scorpions here. It'd work very, very well. So if you wanted to, you could walk forward, build a siege workshop, make a bunch of scorpions, which are cheap with Slavs. Alongside 15-20 knights, you just destroy yellow. Okay? However, I think that that's something where low elo players might struggle with execution on. Is yellow still... Hold on. Is yellow still producing? He still has things queued! Dude! He has barracks on the right side! He's still producing crap over here, too! This is ridiculous. He has... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 barracks, and they're all queued up with units. However, knights just destroy men-at-arms. Okay, so back to what I was saying with blue. You can do what I said. Also, this is a great time to think I should have the eco lead. Let's just make sure when he gets to Castle Age, he doesn't upgrade his units and beat me. So let's send a few villagers to stone. So I don't know if this was intentional, but having 5 to 6 on stone at this point, just ready for a defensive castle, is quite good. Now, a concern I see for blue is he has to keep more, he has to pay more attention to how many villagers he has on each resource. So someone in the Twitch chat just asked me like what the best ratio is of villagers on each resource. You're going to be very surprised by my response. It depends. However, in like if you're looking for proper farm to wood eco balance, at this stage of the game, you normally are looking at about I'd say half the amount of lumberjacks you do farmers. So like, you want 30 farmers and like 15 lumberjacks or 50 farmers, 25 lumberjacks, somewhere around there. But then if you need wood for military buildings, you might need more. But that's, for eco anyways, that's the way you should be looking at it. Now, Blue just wants to take this to the Imperial Age, which he can consider doing. He does need to worry about the fact that he only has 16 farmers working. Because you need to have about 6 farmers per town center to keep build production going at all times. He's on 4 TCs now, so he actually does not have the consistent food income long term. Even while, like, the resources right now are pretty deceiving, but yeah, he doesn't have that. Guys, Yellow has 70 military. 70. If he just goes to Castle Age and gets Longsword, Pikeman, and all the upgrades, I think he can actually, I think he'll destroy Blue. And he's building towers everywhere as well. I've never seen anything like this. This is ridiculous. 76 feudal age military. And Blue has opted to just boom, and he's also building his buildings to go Imp, I think. In Imp, you just go Champion as Slavs. Okay, Yellow finally decides it's time to go to the next stage. Okay, and Blue's going to make some Scorpions, which is a good decision.
T90 hype.
You need a lot of military to deal with what Yellow's going to have, though. If Yellow sends everything... Oh my god. Okay, Blue does have the resources to go Imperial. Again, if it's Imp, I think Slav should go Champion here. Also, Blue was doing a good job with raiding earlier. He's not raiding now because he's focused on booming, so he actually doesn't know how much Yellow has or what he'll be doing yet. However, the blacksmith might be a tell. And then Yellow also has an army over here attacking a town center. And Blue is quite possibly very overwhelmed by this. He doesn't know where to be. And he's losing villagers over here. He has not garrisoned his TC. Oh, God, okay. He's placing a castle there. Now, normally I'd say that it's not a good decision for Yellow to fight underneath the TC. And actually I'm going to stick by that, but... He has a lot more where this came from, though. He has more units right here. Okay, he's slicing and dicing villagers. He does have enough infantry to send some in after the Scorpions. Even though it's just man-at-arms. And the castle should go up for Nomad. Who is really not spending his food and his gold right now. Whereas Yellow, something you can learn from him is he's producing. Seems like all the time he's producing from somewhere. Jeez, man. Okay, this monk is bringing back a relic. That will get taken out. Blue wanted to do something with her, and I'm not sure what exactly. First thing Yellow does when he gets to the next stage. Gold shaft mining. Guys, he has 1,000 gold, and the units he's producing cost 20 gold a pop. Or no gold. It's so expensive. Instead, I think getting double bit axe, getting hand cart, getting your food upgrade would be good. Getting pikemen would be good. Getting attack, getting armor would be good. But we are seeing a difference. Like, okay, this is how Blue plays. Blue, he has a lot of focus on military, or he has a lot of focus on eco. He really struggles to balance both. Yellow has very little focus on his eco. A lot of focus on spending his resources. So Yellow I'd consider more of an aggro player. Whereas Blue, like you kind of want to go through the stages that Blue is going through in your Age of Empires career, if you want to call it that. But now, when you're on your way to Imp and Blue's position, you've got to be building buildings. You're back in military mode at this point. And Yellow, if you are going to be the aggro player, you need to actually fight here. Man, this is your opportunity, but he doesn't know what we know. He's thinking, I don't have enough right now. What? I only have 92 military? This is a 200 population game, T90. Yeah, he doesn't have enough. So he's going to wait. So he has 44 units here. He has 34 units here. And the last time he attacked, he fought with both armies at the same time. So we might see a similar flank. It pains me he doesn't have his last armor upgrade. I just heard a university for him. I think he's building a monastery and a university for his imp buildings. Oh, murder holes. Yep, you gotta make sure those towers have murder holes. Oh, you never know. Someone attacks your towers, you don't have the military to defend it. 100 military don't have the military to defend a few stinking towers. Man, I love low Elo Legends. There's just a few technologies that just love. Murder holes OP. Yeah, we'll add a murder holes emote. Except I don't know if Twitch will... Do you think Twitch is going to approve T90 murder holes? That sounds a little bit sexual. If they don't know Age of Empires, Twitch might ban me for that. Ugh. Maybe I took that one too far. Just the word murder they probably won't approve. T90 holes? Yeah, okay. Yeah, what if I'm trying to get chat to get hyped? I'm like, oh, get the T90 holes in the chat. That alongside T90 creep would be a bit weird. But man, Yellow, he's actually doing it. Like, he's actually... I don't know if he's winning, but certainly he's going to take... He's taking a lead of some kind. I'm not sure the type of lead he's taking, but he's taking a lead. Blue's trying to get that relic. That's cute. But look at this little raid over here. Now, the KD is not all that pretty for Yellow. But he's still producing units. The power of supplies, ladies and gentlemen. This is why... So to everyone out there who gets supplies and makes 3 militia, be like Mr. Vod here, okay? Mr. Vod is showing what you should do when you research supplies. 75 villagers, however 17 are idle. And Yellow has 61 with no idols. So his eco is better. Now, I really want Blue to make bowyars. He's thinking, I think he wants to get Heavy Scorpion or something, which is not the worst play, but I think he needs more than just Siege. I would really like to see Blue make bowyars or champions. Bowyars are really good. Veggie Chops, you are spot on. This is the biggest raid I've ever seen in low Elo Legends. Now, notice how Yellow, he's just added a second TC now. He's like really... He's really played this in an interesting way, how he just spreads out all around the map. Even with the towers, he just wants to take map control. It's fascinating. I don't think Nomad knows that bowyars are really good against infantry. I don't think he knows that Slavs get champion, or maybe he just likes the idea of Heavy Scorpion. He could research Heavy Scorpion. It's wooden food to get heavy. And then Yellow would have some real problems too. What an interesting game here. Thank you, EMP Peter, for the 2 months. He says, keep up the good work. I will do so, man. I will do as many streams as Yellow has Man-at-Arms. Okay, Heavy Scorpion's on the way. Do you think Yellow's the type of player to run away from this? Or do you think Yellow's the type of player to try and engage against that? Because this could be an absolute slaughter. So far, he's not looking at his units. He's probably producing more somewhere else. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He cleaned up those archer ranges. He wasn't happy that Blue had been able to expand. Does Blue see them there? Blue doesn't see them there. That's funny. What does Blue see? We haven't talked about that in a while. Well, Blue... Okay, he wants to push out. He's getting plate bar. Oh, he's making bowyars. Oh, boy. I think Yellow's going to die to this. Bowyars and Heavy Scorpions is just a straight up counter to infantry. I mean, he's still taking losses here. But you have to consider the fact that Yellow doesn't have... In order for him to counter what Nomad is currently making, he would need to get to Imp, I think. Or he could just outnumber the guy. Blue sending all of his Scorpions back because of this army. So that's some type of an accomplishment. Yellow is here to protect the castle he's building on Blue's face. Blue is expanding, and Blue is attacking the tower. Good thing the tower has murder holes. And now there's enough longswords and pikes to take out the bowyars. And now masonry's on the way from Mr. Vad, which means he'll have more HP on his buildings. And Stronghold. I actually forget what Stronghold does. Doesn't it mean towers shoot faster? I think towers and castles shoot faster or something. Okay, so the heavy scorpions mop this army up. But yellow doesn't care because he's producing more. There's plenty more where that came from, and he's also in control of the map. Now, blue has relics, blue has boyars, and blue has scorpions, but the concern for blue is that his army pretty much needs to be in one spot. He's not all over the map like yellow is. This is a really good game here. These guys are 900 elo. I'm really impressed with both of them for different reasons. Like, there's just enough flaws in their game where you can tell it's low elo. But there's a lot of personality to how they like to play this. Okay. Just look at the KD, man. The KD tells the whole freaking story. Yellow tosses away these units. I just wonder if yellow's going to get discouraged or if he's thinking, well, I've got this under control. How's his eco looking? It's 40... sorry, I looked at his military count. He has 77 villagers against 71. Now, Slav farmers are much faster, and blue has relics. So I think the eco is pretty close here. Blue doesn't seem to have a whole lot of confidence to raid again. It's so funny. It's like he ventured out into the real world and it scared him, and now he just wants to stay inside and talk about other people playing video games all day, you know? I can't relate to that at all, but he's like really terrified of what he saw out there.
Today I'm gonna resub to you. Do you know how Huns can counter the Incan Wonder Push?
How can Huns counter Inca Wonder Push? I'll make a video on that this week, Godiga. I'll make a video on that. Okay, so he does have the whole map scouted with Auto Scout. And so he sees an extra gold. Very nice. Kind of how yellow's been playing the game. Only yellow hasn't been collecting the resources per se. Well, he has, actually. Damn, I even like this castle too from yellow because it controls that hill in case blue tries to raid. Okay, there's one thing that yellow has needed for a long time. What is it, chat? It rhymes with Imperial Page. He needs Imperial Age, man. Like, he had the same issue in Feudal Age to Castle Age, but he needs to go to Imp. He's producing so much again. Okay, blue should probably make a trebuchet or two, and he is. And you can see that yellow's placing a castle here. Okay, here comes another raid. So we have Woad Raiders, Long Swordsmen, and Pikemen. An AI army composition going in towards blue.
Been here longer than 12 months. Twitch Prime breaks, and all that though.
Jeez, man. This is such a good game.
Tuesday is the best part of the week.
This is such a good game. I still can't tell you who's going to win this. Blue is... He doesn't know what to do because of the raid on the left. He doesn't know what to do because of the raid back here. And so yellow's actually been able to raid in the middle. The high aggro play's working. Blue also still wants to focus and treb this down, though, and I'm not sure if yellow can snipe the trebs. Really depends on where blue takes his scorpions. But he has a real need to send something back to deal with the raids. And yellow has a real need to go to the Imperial Age now. This might be a doubt castle. I think blue spotted this one. Yeah, so it's like blue's taking losses right now. However, yellow's going to lose his castles, most likely. Like, look at the infantry come in and die to the boyars and the scorpions. Yellow's going to lose a whole lot of control. So what does yellow do? He queues up 16 more longswordmen. Obviously. That's the perfect response. Lose 50 longswordmen, make 50 more. The blue's trying to make crossbow. Blue does not need crossbow here. He just needs to go boyars, champions, or scorpions. But he's so overwhelmed by the numbers that he feels like he needs archers. With another civ, archers would be good with Slavs. These civs are actually very similar. They're siege and infantry civs. Difference is that Slavs do get better cav. Alright, so now it's funny. It feels like after that, yellow should have less population, but he still has more. Because he has 20 more vills. But dude, go imp. Go imp, my friend. Look, he has random armies just sitting in wood lines. You know you have a lot of army when you forget about army. Like, yes, you have more numbers, but blue's armies are Blue's numbers are a whole lot more effective. But keep in mind, Blue only has 3 on food right now. So, I mean, he's not really spending it either, but... never know how far this is going to go. I just think Blue's options are too strong. I'm kind of pulling for Yellow, though. A ram push! Are you kidding me? A freaking ram push, dude. Blue's over here. I don't care. I'll spam over here. Now I'm going to take out his castle with Castle Age freaking rams. And raid his woodline. Yeah, they both have so much potential, right? They're both really fun to watch, but I'm not going to lie. I am rooting for Yellow. He's kind of the underdog, despite the fact that he is more military and more eco. Now, you guys know the saying, Celt eat TC, Celt eat building, Celt eat in general with their siege, even if it's Castle Age siege. And there are a few scorpions, expensive scorpions for Nomad he's losing over here. He has 53 villagers, 25 of which are idle. Yellow's still producing. Out of all of his barracks, too, he's sending them to random areas. I think Mr. Vad is a player who played before DE. Because you see how he's not using multi-queue? He's probably doing like this on his screen right now. And just mass clicking he's spam clicking the units. I think Yellow's gonna win. Look at the amount of eco that Blue has. The resources are super deceiving. Only 2 on food, 11 on gold. We have a tower here, a random guard tower to take the map. And there's gonna be a point here where Blue will feel the need to pull his scorpions back over, and then Yellow might hit the other side. Actually, you could use the rams pretty effectively against the scorpions in this situation. Blue's making skirms because he felt the need to just make range, I guess. I'm not sure why. But he actually has good upgrades on them. Like, crossbow skirm with these upgrades are fine. It's just that, how sustainable is this for him? Okay, I said it before, I'll say it again. Yellow, just take your foot off the gas with production for a second. And go to the Imperial Age, dude. Go to the Imperial Age. Okay, here he takes an engagement. Now, is the KD going to be pretty? No, it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. Just like it's been all game. He might as well be Goths the way he's spamming like this. Go Imp! Go Imp, man! We will have, I think we'll have a T90 up emote in a few days. And if I can get my soundboard working, I could play that clip from MBL. He's like, go up to Imp! I'll play that after this game for those that have not heard that. But yeah, Yellow, he's still cute. Stop it. I mean, I don't know if I want him to stop it though. It's so entertaining. Oh man. Okay, let's talk about what Blue should do. Blue should realize that his eco is potato, okay? So grab more villagers, build a few TCs, and use that food and invest it into your economy. That's something he hasn't been doing. He's not producing any more villagers. He just froze up because of the attacks. Now, Yellow hasn't been creating vills all that consistently behind this either, but he is doing it every now and then, and his eco is untouched, so his eco has been much, much better. 35 on food versus 2. I know slab farmers are fast, but they're not that fast. Still, Blue's army composition just shreds anytime it takes a fight, and Blue actually has 63 army now. So, as Blue is about to tread this down, and he's killed some of Yellow's villagers, I think Yellow is going to die at this rate. I truly think that. If he doesn't go imp and get upgrades, I think he will die to this. Yellow's making his own scorpions in Castle Age. Does he know that the Imperial Age exists? He just queued up 27 more longswords. Ugh! I'm so torn on this, man. Like, on one hand, this guy has an amazing way of playing, and it is entertaining. But it's such a simple fix! Such a simple fix! Okay, castle, defensive castle in the back. Update on the ostriches. They're still running all around. They're scared. They've heard about this. Yellow also heard that his army's trapped in here. Actually, no, he hasn't, because they're still standing there. So he's falling back to another castle. This would be the time to go Imperial, mass units, wait for upgrades, and then wipe up in the Imperial Age. He's making more rams. Here he's making scorpions, which are immediately dying. I think Yellow's going to throw this. He has 30 longswords queued. Blue still has... Let this sink in. Blue still has 2 farmers. That's it. 2 farmers. Now he is adding more villagers. And he's sending them all the way down here to wood. But he has 700 food. So, like, even the gold count, I think, is just relics for him, right? It's just 3 relics. So, realistically, Yellow could have... I don't know if he can do it in Castle Age, but... I don't know what to think. Man. Young Flame, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate to the fact that it becomes a struggle to still create eco and do everything you need to do when the fights start. I know you guys, and I know that you guys freeze up when you get attacked, and you don't create builds out of your TC, so it took Blue a long time. Just imagine if Blue wasn't slabs, though. Honestly, if Blue wasn't slabs, I think he's dead. Any other civilization, dead. Because he couldn't fall back to Boyars and Scorpions like this. Okay, where will Yellow attack? Because he obviously is planning some type of attack. He tried to sneak at barracks there. That got denied. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Maybe he can keep his castle up? Oh my goodness, it's a slaughter. Oh my goodness, it's a slaughter. Oh, F's in the chat, man. Oh. Jeez. Well, he can only go like this for so long. If he wins this game, if Yellow wins this game, I will gift 20 subs to the stream. Thank you very much, Young Flame, by the way, for gifting 5. You are amazing. I appreciate that. Napster, thank you. Jabark, nice to see you back, by the way. He says, been here longer than 12 months, Twitch Prime breaks and all that. No worries, man. Thanks for the year, Jabark. I saw you in chat earlier before the resub. Whoa, what happened there? I misclicked. Yellow doesn't really even have the option to go in. He's put himself in this position where he has to constantly produce to have a chance. And now if he constantly produces, he doesn't have the eco to go in. So he's stuck here now. This is his life. And now Blue has 103 military. This game is kind of flip-flopped around, except the difference when Blue had less military and less eco was that his options were better. Yellow's options are significantly worse. What a game, though. What a freaking game. 69 villagers, and it will actually... Oh my god! He can get the 69-69 power-up. Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on. Of all times not to produce units, are you kidding me? Boing! There it is. Perfect. 69-69 power-up. Now, Imp! Oh my god! Oh my god! The power-up! He did it! The second he got to 69-69, he's on his way to Imp. Okay, now, you really want to avoid taking any big engagements before you get upgrades. You're still going to be at a disadvantage if you get the armor upgrade. Well, you need to do this, but if you get armor and attack, and then all the way to champion, you're still going to be at a disadvantage, but it's something. If you feel like you have the eco, adding your own siege workshops and going onager would be quite good. But yeah, you don't... it's kind of tough to know what to do here, right? Because you don't want to lose your economy behind this, but I don't think you want to fight this. Boyar is just going to... Boyar Scorpion is the ideal composition for Blue as we've seen. Oh my goodness. Is Blue even going to lose a Boyar here? He might lose one Boyar. Yeah, this one. That's it. Sickening. 160 population for Blue. A lot of that is just military. He's been spending his resources. Yellow will be in the Imperial Age soon-ish. However, he has no way of stopping this. Even in Imp, I don't think he stops this. 549 kills, make that 550. 172 deaths for Blue. I have never seen a KD like this in a low elo game. Not with Goths, not with anything. But Yellow is starting to raid a bit. So he has a raid here. He killed some villagers over on this side. And now he comes in with an attack, which is surely not going to be good for him. But, you know, it's much better than the previous attack. I'll give him that much. Okay, now he's an Imp. We know he knows how to spam. We know that Yellow has better eco. Will the upgrades be enough here? Will he get them? Please get Longsword. Please get armor and please get attack. He could work his way to champion. Here he has he's microing rams against scorpions in the middle. I'm just going to repeat that just in case you didn't hear. He's microing rams against scorpions in the middle of the map.
Elo Legends again XD.
Alright, Yellow. This is your time, my friend. This is your time. Where are the upgrades? Please don't do this to me, man. Please don't go Imp for no upgrades. And Blue at this point again, big expansions needed. Only one TC and he stopped producing out of it. Building town centers with these resources is huge for him. Because if he loses this, it's because he doesn't have long-term eco. Yellow's actually trying to raid him, and there's not many areas to raid. Okay, Yellow's getting two-handed swordsman. The blacksmith, my friend. The blacksmith. Where art thou, blacksmith? Oh, it's... oh, God. It's already a struggle in low Elo Legends with blacksmith upgrades. Now the blacksmith is right underneath Blue's forward castle. Maybe he doesn't have a go-to blacksmith hotkey, so he might not see it. He could also get a halberdier. It's certainly worth it. You have enough pikemen out. Here he is raiding and dying. Blue has 101 military. He only has 47 villagers, and many of them are not working. Will two-handed swordsman be enough? Blue is paying attention to his scorpions. There's not a lot else to pay attention to. He's losing some of his scorpions. Keep in mind, a lot of the military population for Blue is skirmishers. And skirmishers are not good against two-handed swordsmen, especially once upgrades come in. I'm not sure if upgrades will ever come in. Also, there's potential for Yellow to make trebs out of one of the castles that he has. That trade is just... It just continues to be awful. Seems like Yellow really just... He wants to defend from here! And here come the two-handed swordsmen! But the scorpions... Oh, the scorpions did so much damage there. You hate to see it. Blue has 50 skirmishers queued up. Yellow's going for a ram, two-handed swordsman raid. He could get capped ram. He could get armor. This is a classic low Elo Legend game because there's so much that feels so good. Like, I've never been in an abusive relationship, and I don't want to make light of anyone who is, but I feel like this is as close as I'll ever get to one. Because on the good days, this is good. In the good moments, low Elo Legends is amazing. But in the bad moments, it's bad, man. it's bad, and I just want to leave. I don't know if I have the courage to. Maybe that was really a bad analogy to make, but okay, champion and halberdier. I don't think he could take this, and Blue's gonna get the relics. Blue has 2 farmers. That's his food eco. 2 farms. Has been for who knows how long. Like, this is hilarious because red, or not red, there's no red in this game except for the blood from Yellow's dying units. Yellow wants to destroy this castle and destroy the eco of Blue, but Blue doesn't have eco. He doesn't really even have economy to raid. It's like the 300 IQ play. They can't raid your eco if you don't have eco. Blue just placed a lumber camp here, and there's no trees. And he has been trying to find areas to get wood. I guess he has wood over here. 133 military for blue. I know it's just skirmishers, but I still think blue wins this. Because at least he has good upgrades, and the final armor upgrade did not come in for yellow, which means the skirmishers are a lot more decent than they would otherwise be. All 5 relics are now here for blue. And yellow, the only thing that he had going for him was that he had numbers of military, which he no longer has, and eco, which I agree it's better, but he's losing some of it. And he's just making the wrong options entirely. I want a best of 5 between these two. $5 million best of 5. I'll call Bill Gates and he can set it up. We'll have a bigger prize pool for this best of 5 than we will have had for the entirety of Hidden Cup 3. I think it's worth it. Front page on Twitch, everything. Jeez. This is so messy. Okay, like, both players have put on such a show here in this game. I know that there's been things, there are people out there who might have gotten frustrated because they're rooting for yellow and he couldn't close it out. People might be frustrated that blue has only had 2 farmers. Whatever it may be. However, we have to agree that blue has been a champ to stay in this after that pressure. And yellow, well, in many ways was a champ to stay in it as well with his raids. Now, I say be a champ. He doesn't really have any champions remaining, which is sad. And he doesn't have upgrades. But what an incredible game. Okay, here comes the raid. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Final countdown. Okay, he's gonna raid here. GG. Wow, man. What a game. Oh, what a game. Well, salutes and GGs in the chat for those two. That was an exceptional low Elo Legend game. Feel like we saw the strengths and weaknesses of both players. Did we not? Blue, he initially, this is what's interesting, he initially was heavier aggro, right? So he was heavier aggro. He went for the 2 stable strat, which at the time I explained doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he didn't invest into the food economy to be able to produce out of the 2 stables. However, you can't argue with results. He killed villagers. He did okay. Yellow went for very unorthodox play in Feudal with the supplies, and then what was his military count in Feudal Age? Actually, hold on a second. What's his timeline going to look like? Oh! What is that? What is that? Oh my god! Like, he had so much military in Feudal Age. And Blue went for the more standard approach of going to Castle Age and then booming. But, like, even still, when Blue arrived to Imp, which was shortly after Yellow arrived to Castle, there was a whole lot more Yellow here. And then Yellow went for the realistic warfare approach of just tossing all these poor people into battle, not caring about their lives, not caring about their families back home, and then they just died, man.
Just like the emotes T90 eek, T90 eek, T90 eek.
That was amazing. Let's look at all the stats though. We have 732 kills for Blue, 236 units lost. That is one of the better KDs you will ever see in a 1v1. Oh my goodness. Imagine going to Imperial Age with that food count. Imagine. Crazy. 44,000 food. That is against Slavs who have the faster farmers. 44,000 food. The stone count, wood count, that doesn't really matter to me. It was just when Yellow was taking fights. I liked the mobility, I liked the rating from the sides, but he just needed to take his foot off the gas, click Imp, get upgrades, and then continue to do that. But instead he kept spamming Castle Age units into the Imperial Age counter, and it caught up with him. Huge differences here in the Castle Age times. 38-minute castle against 25-minute castle. 1 hour and 16-minute Imperial against a 42-29-minute Imperial. And good exploration from both, good research count from both. Though blue was, I would say, better with that, at least with the blacksmith upgrades, because he got skirm upgrades and Bowyar. And then near the end, blue had relics. Props to blue, though, for weathering that storm and getting the 3 relics in the early game. I think that, or I guess you could say mid-game, because I think otherwise he would have struggled. Yeah, there's the timeline. Normally I look at the timeline at the very end, but I will leave you with this. I'm just going to play this, and if you listen to this, Yellow, you'll know what to do next time. Every single game, he's still producing bills, MBL.
Yeah, why? Go up! Go up to him! It's so annoying! It's so annoying! Just go up! He needs traps!
Yeah, so, that's what I was thinking the whole way through.